Hi, friends. Catching my breath here, so woo, okay. All right, so the first thing I just wanted to mention that in 2024, 2/3 of New Yorkers voted for a constitutional amendment, Prop 1, if you remember, that added protections of the civil rights of transgender, queer, and cisgender and straight New Yorkers. Discrimination based on pregnancy, lack thereof, gender identity, gender expression, and sexual orientation is across the board illegal in this state. Governor Hochul has this stack of bills on her desk that have been improved by our state legislatures. The SHIELD Law 2.0 would protect providers and recipients of reproductive and gender-affirming healthcare from investigation, prosecution, and punishment by other states. You may recall last year that the Attorney General of Texas sued a doctor here in New York who provided the necessary medication to terminate a pregnancy to a patient in Texas. With the rising contempt over any of us being in control of our own bodies, additional efforts like this are very possible, including from the Trump administration directly. This law in place would hinder them. Raise your hand if you or someone you know has ever used a smartwatch, a Fitbit, a fitness app, or a period tracking app. The New York Health Information Privacy Act that the governor is sitting on would make it harder for hostile states or the federal government to access and weaponize our electronic healthcare information as contained in those apps. Under this tread-happy administration, the government is absolutely teeing up to try and get into our phones, if they haven't already, intent on, again, investigating, prosecuting, and punishing those who seek and provide reproductive health care. The hospital transparency bill would make it possible for New Yorkers to have new tools to find out whether a hospital will actually provide the services that they need before being admitted there. Doesn't that feel like a no-brainer? In many rural communities in New York, there is no abortion access because facilities don't provide this care. At the beginning of my own medical transition, I had to travel an hour and 45 minutes every single month just to get my hormones. These gaps aren't always visible until you're trying to get care. You've put yourself out there and you can't, and you have to pay your insurance company for the privilege of getting turned away. This law would help us see exactly where the gaps are and where the help is, precisely for people who are trying to access what is critical, urgent, and life-saving care. Former Democratic District Leader Allie Moss, also a mom of a transgender kid, writes, "We need a sign from the top that Democrats have not abandoned us. So pick up the pen, Governor Hochul. With 3 strokes, you can reassure this vulnerable community and cement your legacy as a fighter for gender and reproductive justice."